everyone out there. Hope you're all doing good. Hope you're all feeling great. And I hope you had a very nice week. My name is Teddy Namialo and I'm your host with
Juko Letitia.
Remember, you are watching Elevate. Elevate is a youth show. A show where we look at the problems that the youth are facing and how best we can solve these problems.
Well, in last week's episode, we covered a very important factor, which was business location, looking at things like the growth potential of this potential location and human traffic within the area.
Well, having identified where you're going to put your business, that is a location for your business, a suitable location. In this week's episode, we are going to look at how best do you market your products. How are you going to market those products that you are selling? And that is what we are going to discuss after this break. Welcome back from that quick break. You are still watching Elevate. Not to forget, Elevate is a youth show. In this show, we look at those problems that you as a youth are facing and how we can go about these problems.
That is very true.
And in today's episode, as I told you, we are looking at how best do you market your product. How do you market your product?
Well, marketing, we are going to first talk about what marketing is.
Of course.
So marketing is basically making your product or service known to the people who are out there in the world. And we have very many types of marketing which are going to be suitable for all types of business that are out there. If you have your clothing, if you have your agro business, anything, these marketing techniques are going to help you to make your product known.
Letitia, hold it right there.
Yes.
Before we actually get to that, how important is marketing?
Marketing is very important.
Okay.
Yes, how important it is very important. Marketing is going to ensure profitability in your business. It is going to ensure that your business has numerous interactions with the customers. And marketing basically makes your business known.
Okay.
Yeah.
Having known the importance of marketing, I think let us now dive right in. So how do you as a youth out there market your products?
Yes.
Let us look at online marketing products online. Marketing products online is something quite broad. It's something very broad. It has very many things that you may know and things that you may not know. One common thing that you know about online marketing is using social media platforms.
Exactly.
Well, online marketing is putting your products or brands out there on the internet so that people can actually see these products.
Well, Teddy, you've talked about the social media platforms, but let's not forget online marketing is not only social media.
Okay.
We have very many other online platforms that a lot of other people use. For example, the Google Ads.
Okay.
We also have websites for different businesses. All that, as long as you upload this business of yours onto the internet to be accessed, even though it's not on a social media page, it is what we refer to as online marketing.
That is very true, Letitia, but then I would like us to dig into what we both know best. That is using social media handles, different social media handles, which are Instagram, LinkedIn, X, formerly known as Twitter, and WhatsApp.
Yes.
How best can I use these media platforms, Letitia, to market my products?
Well, the very basic part for marketing using this media is going to be through you posting this product yourself. We are going to have somebody who is going to open their page.
Yes.
Okay, me, I've opened my page. I want to advertise maybe my novels, I'm selling maybe tote bags, and I'm going to be able to post these things and promote engagement with the people, with my target market.
Post where? Is it on WhatsApp? Is it on Instagram?
Everywhere. All these platforms have those features which enable you to post and share your products with the target market.
By the way, speaking of features, actually WhatsApp has done us good and better. WhatsApp has some new features. For example, if at all you status something, you can tag somebody to actually view what you've status.
Yes.
You can even tag a group, which is actually something good, because when you tag a group, you're getting a wider number of people, a bigger number of people to view your statuses.
Yeah.
Remember, initially, for someone to view your status, they must have saved your contact.
That is true.
But even if someone is in a group and they've not saved your contact, they can still actually see what you have posted on your WhatsApp, and that is actually going to get you people to see your products and they will come to you.
Basically, if you're selling bags, tag the group that has the girls in your class. You know your target audience. That is where you're going to have to go to. Then we also have the point of ads on social media platforms.
Okay.
So these ads, basically, you're going to pay a fee to to these social media platforms to be able to launch your ads among different people's social media pages. Like, are you seeing how you scroll on your TikTok and then there's that random page, you don't even follow it, it has just popped up? Well, those are businesses that have been able to pay for this service and are actually advertising their products.
Letitia, isn't that something quite expensive?
Not
having
really.
to pay for ads.
No, it's
I'm only having a business starting. Letitia, I'm struggling.
Well, Teddy, no, first.
And you want me to pay for ads?
Let me tell you. Now, for someone like you, you shouldn't even say that you're going to be struggling to pay for ads, because these ads are priced according to the target market. So now who is your target market?
People of my age.
Exactly. It's going to be the youth, maybe 20 to 25, 15, within that range. And those are the people who are the majority on the social media pages. And since they're the majority, you're going to pay a smaller fee when you're trying to advertise these products. Do you understand that?
Well, I'm trying to get that.
The fact that your target market it doesn't really have to be searched for as much.
Okay.
It's going to be cheaper for you to pay this. You can even pay as low as $1, which is like
3,600 shillings.
Yes, in Uganda.
Okay, so which means that using online platforms could be something that I could benefit from. Exactly. And still talking about using online platforms, because this is actually something that is creating much more awareness ever since the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, that's very true.
It is booming. We can still use online influencers. This is still under using the social media handles, online influencers. Exactly. Letitia, this is how this works. If at all you know any influencer,
I don't know how it
you are not an influencer yourself. Do you have any friends who are influencers?
Yes, they are there.
So you may not know, but okay, let me educate someone out there who doesn't know. So if at all you know an influencer, or a friend knows an influencer, you can contact this influencer and they post for you that product on their handles. Remember, these influencers have a really large following, a really big
What's
group.
a really large following?
Letitia, I'm getting when I speak of large followings, I speak of numbers in maybe 1,000 or millions.
But I have 1,000. So if I have 1,000, can I do you have something for me to advertise?
Well, now that you have 1,000 followers plus, you could be an influencer, because out of those 1,000 followers, I could get 2 or 3 customers, and those are valid customers to buy my product that I am selling.
Well, guys, I'm now an influencer. If you want to advertise something.
So with the influencers, you can get these influencers to advertise for you at, well, it's not quite expensive. One advert may go for only 100,000.
Only?
Yes, only 100,000. Is that a lot of money?
Well, I think it depends on the number of followers that the person has.
Yeah, that's also true.
The lower the followers, I'm going to assume that your price must be cheaper if you have less followers.
But also, if the influencer is my friend, I can bargain with them. Now that you're my friend, I think I'll have to bargain with you.
One day you're bringing in the importance of relations when you're doing this online business.
That is actually.
You have to have the big friends who are going to charge you less money to advertise your products, right?
Are you calling yourself big right now?
Well, you did call me an influencer, so what can I say?
Someone out there may be saying that you're talking about influencers, influencer, but that may not be a problem. Well, if at all you do not have the money to go for these influencers, you can do the advertising yourself. For now.
Yeah, that's true.
For now, you can do the advertising
Everyone
yourself.
starts from somewhere.
Exactly. You post on your WhatsApp, and at the end of the day, you can be able to pay these people.
By the way, even though you don't pay these influencers, you can use your own social media handles to advertise. We call it cross-platform advertising.
Cross-platform advertising?
Exactly.
Okay.
So this is basically me opening my Instagram account, and then I have maybe a TikTok, I have maybe a Snapchat, you know, this social media. So I'm going to advertise my Instagram account on my TikTok, and my TikTok account on my maybe Snapchat. So that way, your audience on Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok get to interact, you get. So you're combining the market on all 3 of these platforms, like people are able to access it. Do you understand that?
Yes, I actually understand what you are trying to say.
Yes.
This is quite an insightful conversation. We are still discussing on how best you can market your products. On that note, we shall take a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back from that short break. You are still watching Elevate. Remember, we are talking about how best can you market your products. Before we went for our break, we were talking about cross-platform advertising. Letitia,
yes.
Still on cross-platform advertising, for someone who is selling their products, maybe advertising using TikTok, they can still advertise using Instagram to sell the same products. For example, for a lady selling dresses, they can still advertise using WhatsApp or Instagram, and they be able to sell these dresses. You go all over to all the platforms, and you're going to be able to earn yourself very many customers.
By the way, I've also noticed that most people who actually use this method of marketing online, it's like when they have like the goods that they sell on each platform are complementary.
Okay.
So like on TikTok, I can have bags. Then maybe on my Instagram, I'm selling dresses.
Are you talking about the same person?
Yes, exactly. The same person has all these accounts. You know, you have social media accounts on all these different platforms. So by tagging all these, most times the links are in the bios. By tagging all these other platforms, you create, like, if I'm a customer and I've opened your Instagram, I want a dress, right?
Yes.
I'm going to find a link in your bio. I'm going to click that. It's taking me to shoes. Maybe if I go to the shoes in TikTok, I might click another link, and then in Snapchat, you have the jewelry.
Because we're not going to talk about online marketing alone. We're also going to talk about referrals.
Yes.
Using referrals is a very good strategy for your business. Have you heard of tell a friend
Before
to tell a friend?
you tell me it's good. Oh, you are telling us what it is. Okay, continue.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, Letitia.
Yeah.
Sure, remember when I told you of my tote bag?
Yes.
And you told your friends, and they told their friends, and I got customers.
Yes.
So that's how referrals works, using referrals for your business. People keep on referring. This person refers to another, to another. So Letitia, when you come to buy my product, when you come to buy my good, I could tell you, Letitia, please, having bought this product, go and tell a friend, so that that friend can come and also buy from me.
Yes, that is very true. But now, Teddy, when you talk about that, you must keep in mind that your products themselves, they're of high quality.
Okay.
That takes us to quality as a marketing technique. If your goods are of low quality, I'm not going to advertise your products anyway.
They are not.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
So there's this habit of, like, it's very tempting. Even me, I would be tempted. Like, people get like low quality goods and sell them at very high prices. Yes, now for you, you've got the money, you're happier.
But I'm making profits, Letitia. Isn't that the aim of my business?
You should never forget business ethics. I even talked about this in the first episode. I don't know if you guys...
Thank you for jogging my memory.
Yes. So these people sell the low quality product for a very high price. Yes, they are making profit and all that. But then you must keep in mind that this is your business brand. It's your name. So you selling these products is, in the long run, it's very damaging. So you must always buy the product, at least of a high quality.
Okay.
Like, it should be something that it holds substance.
Holds value?
Yes. And sell it at a price that still enables you to gain profitability. You can still gain your profit, but when you've also still maintained your image in the customers and all the business ethics.
You should remember that quality products give your brand a good name, a good image.
Yes.
Without the quality products, you're not going to make that brand name that you want to make.
You literally get no fan base.
Exactly. With the quality products, you're going to be able to attract as many customers as you will, Letitia. So you should all keep in mind that you should produce high quality products so that you can attract as many customers as you can. Well, Letitia, now that we are speaking of brands and products, why don't we speak of going for expos? Because in this way, going for expos attracts different people of different brands to come together and sell products.
By the way, Teddy, as you're saying, it attracts different people. They're actually types of expos.
Okay.
Some expos might not attract the same
You're too
people.
informed. I'm starting to get scared.
Yeah, you should. Feel threatened. You might find one day I'm the only one here.
Hey! Letitia, okay.
Okay, let me chill. So anyway, I'm saying there are types of expos. So we have Harvest Money.
Harvest Money
Do you know
Expo?
Harvest Money?
Of course, I know Harvest Money Expo. At least I know that.
It would be a shame if you did.
Yes.
So Harvest Money has their target market. Their target market is people who are interested in agriculture
products.
Yes. So there are these expos whereby the goods sold are complementary. You understand that? Now we have the Harvest Money Expo. There, you're only going to get agriculture products. Now, me, if I'm looking for a dress, what am I doing at Harvest Money Expo? It's the people who are going to be looking for maybe these tractors for
agri products.
Exactly.
Or the tractors.
I might go there and then I find the tractor, okay, sold by one person. Then I find maybe there's another one who's dealing in dairy. Yes, exactly, all that. Then there's an expo where all products are there.
Yes.
There's going to be the one who has the agriculture products. There's going to be the one with the dresses. There's going to be the one with the food. There's going to be the one with everyone everyone is there. Yes, that's what I was
One
trying
good
to
thing, Letitia, I like about those expos where we are having someone selling the food, the clothes, the jewelry, is that the goods complement each other. So they do. So if I told somebody who is having a stall, if you're told you're having a stall and you're selling clothes, and someone out there is selling shoes, if someone comes to buy and they've come to buy clothes, they're going to buy a cloth, but they may have the urge if they look at the shoes and they're like, let me also buy the shoes as well.
So in a way, both businesses are sharing their market.
Exactly. So someone actually came with an aim to buy clothes, to buy this dress, but looking at these shoes here, they say, nakagatoka no kakagure.
Yeah, that's very true.
So it's in a way, if I told you a youth out there and you're having your products, you could take advantage of this. Go for these expos, because someone may not exactly come with the aim of buying what you're selling,
but they might get it while they are there.
Exactly. But then if I told you stay locked up wherever you are, wherever you be, that person will not exactly find you there and they will not buy those goods from you.
Speaking of being founded, these businesses also aid in a very important factor, which is relations in the business. If I go for this expo and I realize maybe my neighbor is selling maybe necklaces, and here I am, I have maybe shoes, I don't know, we can work hand in hand and both our products are sold, which is through the relations that we have established at these businesses. You meet very many people, you are exposed to very many opportunities when you go to these expos.
Yes, remember, no man is an island. So you actually need to go to these expos, reach out to these expos, and you're going to be able to market your products in that way. You realize that expos gather a lot of numbers, very many people from all over the country. And this is what we need, because from this you can get a customer maybe you wouldn't have gotten if I told you were elsewhere.
That is true. I also hear a rumor that those at expos, the number of customer interactions that they might have may be even more than a person can have in a week.
That is actually true.
Within one day. So this really shows us that the value of these expositions that we are encouraging you guys to opt for.
Yes. For youth out there, you should opt to go for an expo as a way of marketing your products. For more light on this, we have Edna Mubiru, who is going to give us more insightful ways or ideas on how best we can market our sprouting businesses.
So the first thing you need to do is to know who your audience is, who your target market is, and to know them well enough to know where to find them. So if you know that they are online, then you need to tailor your marketing, whatever material that you're working on should be targeted towards that audience, towards that channel, and to know them so well that you can connect with them. So one, you know where they are, and two, you're making an effort to connect with them at an emotional level. There's always the joke that you've seen the reels going around that please come and buy, we are tired of making content. You've seen businesses doing those reels, and it's so relatable because it's the reels that are drawing us in and we are watching their content. So if you're pushing online and you know who the people are, then you're going to build content around them, content that they can relate with, and they will definitely see your product. It will remain top of mind. The two businesses that come to mind at this point are the people that are pushing perfumes in Kampala. They are all, I'm sure they are all selling because they are talking to us in different places and they are finding us at different price points. So it's very easy for me to think of one depending on the money that I have. Then the other thing is collaboration. When you're pushing the business, there are other people in related businesses that you can work with, or I'm sure we've talked about influencers. You need to know the kind of influencer that you're going to work with to be able to push this product. So collaboration is very important, and then these people you're collaborating with should fit in the bigger picture. You know, do they actually believe in your product, and can they endorse your product on any day beyond it being a transactional relationship of here is my product, market it for me? Can they vouch for it? Because no matter how you look at it, word of mouth is the best endorsement. The expos are good because there's that human contact, and of course you have your marketing material, or you have your cards, or you have samples, I advise that you have samples if you're going for an expo. If it's a product that is in the food category, have the samples that people can taste and let people know the story of the product, because the beyond telling people this is what I have, we connect to the story behind the product. I started making this product because my child needed X, Y, and Z. So because of that, I think if you can tell the story of your product or your service very well, the expos will be a very good opportunity. Your endorsers are a very big pool of people to think about when you're pushing the content. And then of course, like I always say, online, a liberated space for everyone to play in, so take the most advantage of it, and if you know where online your people are, you'll be able to sell.
That was Edna Mubiri with very insightful views of how best you as a youth out there having your budding business, how you can be able to market your different products. Remember, today we looked at ways such as online marketing. Online marketing, using social media platforms. This could be very helpful as you market your products.
We also talked about expos, and we also talked about referrals among some of the methods that you can use to market your products. Don't forget to catch our videos on YouTube, Twitter, your preferred social media platform. New Vision Wear is the name overall. I have been your host, Juko Letitia.
With Teddy Namialo. Catch us next time. Bye-bye.